Hello, I'm Yu Jijing, and I will deliver a presentation on the topic of discussing and analyzing risk management strategies from the project management perspective. Firstly, I will give a brief introduction of the presentation. The first part will describe project risk management with respect to definition, objectives, and specifics. After that, the discussion and analysis of strategies for project risk management in conjunction with three examples from real project scenarios. Finally, conclusion will be provided to explain the key lessons learned from the PRM and the future thoughts. Um, Moving to the section 2, I will firstly explain the definition of PRM as a crucial integral part of project management. PRM can be defined as a process in which methods, knowledge, tools, and techniques are applied to a project, integrating the various phases of a project's life cycle in order to achieve its goal. Thus, it plays an important role in the process project management. With respect to the objective of PRM, it aims to reduce the probability and influences of negative events and threats, and enhance the probability and impacts of positive events. It makes things to mitigate and manage negative risk and materialize positive risk in a project. In addition, PRM is beneficial to achieving project objectives in a more effective and efficient way, since it can facilitate the proactive management of problems and the maximization of possibility to exploit the benefits of different opportunities. There are four primary steps involved in the process of PRM, which are identifying the risk, evaluating and assessing risks, and treat the risk and establishing effective procedures to prevent and mitigate the risks, monitor and report the risk and the risk management procedures. Moreover, the key benefits of PIM is that through achieving effective risk management and better allocation and the use of resources in the project, there will be more efficient communication of risks and project management procedures within the company. The first strategy I'm going to introduce is risk avoidance. This does not indicate a significant change of the plan or abandon the project. Instead, it means that adjust the project to avoid the threats and the potential negative outcomes of the project. Moreover, the process of risk avoidance could involve identifying our risks and their potential impacts, removing certain highly risky activities, procedures, and running extra checks and contingency plans to eliminate negative outcomes. For example, project managers in product manufacturers can avoid using hazardous chemicals and raw materials to respond to the danger of handling and storing them, and reduce the risk of health and safety risks associated with these hazardous materials. Another example of the application of risk avoidance strategy is that due to the COVID-19 pandemic, many financial companies choose to work from home and apply online communication software such as Skype for business call and conference. However, to cope with the risk of technical malfunction, companies should not rely on only one or two type of software. The second strategy is risk controlling. Different from avoiding the risk, controlling the risk means that the project managers would accept the risk and take active action and strategies to monitor and manage the risks effectively. Moreover, there are certain common approaches that can be applied in controlling the project risk, which are diversification, loss reduction, which trees to minimize the loss, and the loss prevention, which trees to reduce the probability of a risk event occurring strategies. Specifically, diversification enables the organization to allocate resources into a diverse range of business lines. For instance, when running a restaurant business, in addition to undertaking catering business, it can also open a retail store to sell groceries, which can diversify its operations. Another example is based on the case of warehousing industry. Science inventories stored at a warehouse are susceptible to theft. A loss management program, including video cameras, secured uh, storage equipment, and security guards, can be deployed to prevent and minimize the loss. The third useful strategy for PIM is risk transferring. Firstly, transferring the risk involving identifying accountable parties and make them accountable for certain contingent issues or unpredictable events that could happen during the project. Secondly, some typical examples of transferring the risk are buying insurance from insurance companies and subcontractors, assuming the risks of the construction they perform for a contractor on a property. For instance, as one of the most risky industries, mining companies such as Rio Tinto and Jiangxi Copper have large exposure to health and safety and environmental risks when they have mining operations and projects around the world. These risks could be transferred by purchasing corresponding insurance such as third-party liability, pollution liability, and material damage insurance. To conclude, the key objective of this presentation is to discuss the purpose, components, and the functions of PIM. This service as the foundation for establishing and analyzing appropriate strategies that could be used by project managers to respond to and manage risks. Furthermore, the key strategies discussed above include risk avoidance, risk control, and risk transferring, which are beneficial to assisting project managers to monitor the risks at an adequate level and take the advantage of risks. With respect to the main lessons taken from the presentation, it can be argued that PIM plays a vital role in ensuring the effective and efficient risk management and resource allocation of projects. Through effectively managing the risk, this can help to ensure the project objective could be achieved and improve outcome and performance. Finally, each organization should pay attention to the significance and the impacts of PIM in different projects. Thank you.